Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video. So this is going to be about sponsorships. And here on YouTube, that's the thing. That is how you know you made it, because you have people who are sponsoring a portion of your video, which is awesome, which I want for everybody because it is a great opportunity. However, we have to be careful in this, and it's so easy when you don't have that many followers to be very passionate, I would say, or just very strict about certain things versus when you grow bigger and then you have so many people who are wanting to sponsor you. So the Lord is allowing me to be in the dark right now and say these words. So when time, or I'm gonna say when, I ain't gonna say if, when time comes that I am presented with the opportunity, that I don't forget what I am saying right now. So I was actually watching a video, and people, I didn't get it then. I didn't get it. I remember when I used to watch a particular channel, and after, like I said, they had gotten attraction, they would have a bunch of sponsorships in the video, or their videos, all their videos would be basically sponsored. And the people would be like, why are you, everybody's doing sponsors? And then you would think okay, this person is just jealous, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you're just jealous that this person has an opportunity to, sponsor video, because that's a blessing. But then, as of course, because that was years and years ago, as I've walked closer to the Lord every single day, the Lord allowed me to realize certain people want to get close to you because of what you have. And I'm not saying that these brands aren't genuine, but as we know, they're sponsoring you so that they can get money. It's not because they genuinely just really have a care about their product, and they're wanting to get it out to more people than what was already been given to or already out there. But they're wanting to use your platform because you have a bunch of people who are following you and trust your opinion. And so they want to have that audience to come to where they are as well. And eventually, of course, we will start just buying on our own without even having to hear from this person saying something's going on. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a great thing, because especially because I have done that. I have looked at certain things and I'm like, oh, this person used this, and I was like, let me try it. And I tried it and I liked it. And I actually have, it's one thing in particular. I don't know if it's multiple, but I know one thing in particular I can remember that I had seen somebody else using, and I don't even think it was a sponsored video, but they were just using it, and I was like, I'm gonna try that. And I'm still buying it, and I barely watch their channel anymore. And so anybody can be influenced, just go to show. And so this is more so for people, for anybody, because we all have a sphere of influence, and whether we have a big platform, or we have or we're, especially if we're, I was about to say in a pulpit, but that's a totally different thing. You don't really see people sponsoring people in the pulpit. You don't really see that. But whether you have a small one, you want to be diligent about the people that you're allowing to come into your audience and draw them onto a business. You want to be very careful in that, because I saw something that it didn't sit well with me. And I'd never go and comment under somebody's page, because I just don't believe in that. And especially if I don't know the person, who am I to tell you whatever? So I'm not going to comment under your page. However, I will get on here on my page and I will talk about it, and not necessarily put your name in there or the sponsorship, but just open the eyes of the people who the Lord has allowed me to have the influence of. Because if you're watching this video, even if you don't like anything that I say, you're being influenced, whether that's to not do what I'm saying or to do what I'm saying. So just be aware of that. And they were like, yeah, basically, like I said, it just didn't sit right with the sponsorship that they had. And I understand that this is their full-time job, and so you do what you have to do, and most of the time taking sponsorships is one way that's guaranteed income because they're paying you the money up front when you do the video. But we just have to make sure that we're not allowing sponsorships to become our source, but to realize that there are resources for us to inform people about brands that they wouldn't necessarily know about if it wasn't for us. So we have to make sure that when we're putting brands in front of our audience, that it's not just for the sake of getting money from them, even though that's going to be a benefit from it. It's just like, okay, is this somebody I really want to introduce to my audience and have their ear? And that's something that, and I know a lot of you may not be Christians, I don't know, but that's something that we do have to sit before the Lord and ask, like, Lord, is this somebody that you're okay with me bringing to the audience that you have allowed me to have influence over? And we have to be okay with saying no. And and that's why I talk about stewardship so much, because we oftentimes want to have this big platform. We want to have big things going on. And the Lord is saying, how are you stewarding what you have now? So that's why the Lord I would talk about myself, because of course that's the only person I can talk about, has got me in the habit with being okay with saying no, not feeling guilty about saying no, and realizing that saying no is, when the Lord is telling you to say no, is saying yes to God. And I always want to say yes to God, no matter what the circumstance is in my life. And so I just want you to be leery of any product, I'll be leery about everything. Y'all gonna see me come on here and I'm gonna have me a garden, because I told you I don't know what these people be having in the foods. I'm just like, and that's another whole thing for another day. But I'm just like, okay, Lord, what is it that you're wanting us to do? But that, like I said, usually I don't talk about stuff like that. I'm more about the Lord. But when I seen that, I was just like, okay, Lord, I know this is not for me to talk about this person, because I don't know what the Lord told them to do. I can't tell you what the Lord tells somebody else to do, but it didn't sit right with me. And so I'm like, okay, well, Lord, why did not that sit right with me? And it's because everybody who comes to you for an opportunity to be sponsored on or to sponsor you for a portion of your video is not who I may tell you that I want you to be sponsored by. And I was like, wow, okay. Y'all, is it another gnat in here? I thought I saw it on fire across my face. I think I might have PTSD. And we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that and realize, like, everybody don't have your best interests at heart. That when it really gets to the nitty gritty, it's about money, it's about business. And unfortunately, it's not a lot of genuine brands out there that truly care and wanting people to know about their brand for a good reason. It's more about making money and profiting, which I'm not saying we shouldn't profit from doing a service. That's how we do business. That's what you do. You're providing a service for the people, but some of them are strictly not good, and we have to make sure we're not placing those in front of our audience and allowing them to be influenced by somebody that if we didn't introduce them to, they wouldn't be introduced to them. So thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, sa cambiar que quieres ver en otros, vos me la que te na cominda. Until next time.